So I did 2 sports in high school. I did wrestling and I did cross country. I've never been like one of those like soft type dudes. I've always been like you know, more of like a stronger hearted type person, right? So man, where do I even begin, man? All right, so wrestling season. Wrestling was one of like the funnest parts of my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like wrestling was where like it was the first sport that I did, and it was like the year I was there, we was all like family. Everything was lit. The previous months leading up to wrestling, I went from 215 pounds that April that year, and then by December I was 166 pounds, and like majority of that I had lost before wrestling, but during wrestling, like I would lose like 4 pounds of practice, go home and eat. But anyways, so on this day in particular, we was going against the school that my coach went to, and my coach was a wrestler. He had like, his name was all over the like walls and like the gym and everything for like all his like championships and all the shit he won, right? So me and my coach never really got along, like fucking like. Anyway, so if you fast forward, right, the same exact day, I was hearing that this school had the like state champion in it, and then like, you know, he was gonna be one of the wrestlers that was gonna wrestle that night. So around this time, I'm in the 170 weight class. So 170 weight class is like, you could be like 171, but you have to be under that weight class, but you can't be under to the part that you're in another weight class. So when I first started wrestling, I was in the 182 weight class, and then I was still like, you know, losing weight, and I managed to drop all the way down 166, wrestling at 170. That day in particular, I think I was 168 pounds. So all right, cool. So we get there, right? You know, we go see the whole school and everything, and I do my first match, you know what I'm saying? And then I just keep seeing like my coaches like talking and then like looking at me. They was like talking and then looking at me. I don't know what like the fuck was going on, but in this wrestling meet, there's other schools there. Also keep in mind, my school isn't supposed to wrestle this school. This school is way further out, but my coach went out his way to make sure that we wrestle the school because he wanted to bring his students to his old school to go to this meet, right? I believe this was Kennesaw Mountain High School. So y'all know where Kennesaw is at. I'm all the way from the north side. So our high schools isn't supposed to wrestle each other, all right? So the word goes out, and my teammates were all talking to each other. It was like, yo, that's the state champ over there. I'm just like, cool, you just see a fucking buff ass dude, right? Now the state champ, his dad is his coach. Think about that. This nigga been traded for this fucking shit his whole life. His whole life, this nigga was made to fucking wrestle. Me, I just picked up wrestling probably from this time, probably about what, 4 or 5 months. All right, cool. By the way, I was a varsity wrestler, right? So I started off JV because I was a junior, and the person in my weight class was a senior. It was like, you know, it's like seniority or whatever you call it, right? Cool. But I think he went to a different weight class, or I had cut down weight, and then I became a varsity wrestling at 170. Cool, right? So he's like, yo, that's the state champ over there. I'm like, all right, cool, like, you know, so I don't give a fuck. Then coaches come up to me and was like, hey man, we're gonna have you wrestling at 182. I'm like, all right, cool. Now this guy's pretty good. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, yeah, I'm with it. He's a state champ. I'm like, what? By this time, like, okay, when you wrestle, no matter how good you are, you always got butterflies in your stomach, right? So, nigga, at this part, like, when this nigga told me he's state champ, like, my nigga, there's like 5 other schools here, and you just see, like, nigga, I'm like, nigga, I didn't come preparing to wrestle the state champ. Granted, I'm in the 170 weight class. I'm 168 pounds. This nigga is at least 182 pounds of fucking full-on fucking roids. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, fuck. But like, you know what I'm saying? I'm never one to take down a challenge. I love it. I love wrestling and like physical confrontation. I love that shit, right? But not this shit. This was a whole. I'm like, what? Now, granted, it's my first year wrestling. I'm in varsity. I'm good and all. I'm not like fucking Brock Lesnar. I'm no fucking Triple H. Not Triple H. I'm no fucking Kurt Angle. But I'm definitely not on this nigga's level. So I'm watching him wrestle another teammate from another school. I'm like, damn, like this nigga doing shit that you fucking nigga. Y'all ever played the fucking y'all ever played the wrestling video game? It felt like that nigga's playing. I'm holding a joystick. Like this nigga's too fucking good. So I'm like, all right, bet. I can't look like no bitch. You know what I'm saying? My next door neighbor, one of my best friends, right? Is this Bosnian guy. So he's on my team also, and another one of my teammates is there also. So I'm like hyping myself up. I'm like, hey, look, we gotta come up with a plan. Like this nigga's too good. We need to act like I'm the toughest nigga. So look, I know the whole team is looking at me, and they already, I think the coaches already talked to each other, so he knows he's gonna wrestle me. So he's like, you know, you looking around just to peep your person you about to wrestle. So I'm like talking to my people, hey, look, do me this favor. We need to do something to make it seem like I'm like the nigga on the fucking team, like no one can mess with me. They like fucking talking. I'm like, hey, look, just we're gonna talk around and act as if we're fucking, you know, all like joking and shit, and then I'm gonna just act like I'm the hardest nigga, so I'm just keep pushing y'all around, like, you know what I'm saying? It really got that deep. I had this shit executed and planned out. So me and my nigga Mev, and then there's another nigga on my team, Ronald, man. Shout out to both of them, right? So we just joking around. I'm like, shut up, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally taking steps to make it seem like, nigga, I'm Kurt Angle in this bitch. So we're doing that a couple times, and then it got to the point where like, they're over here like, nigga, I have matches to wrestle too, Poudii. We don't want to keep doing this. But I'm like, all right, bet, cool. So I'm over here trying to call tough and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like fucking 168 pounds. I have a lot more muscle on now than I do then. But you know, I'm pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Bet. So the time happens, man. The time happens. It's time for my fucking wrestling match. I go up in that bitch. This nigga. And then already, like, he's the nigga of the state, but his team is like, oh shit, they just looking at me and they just like, oh yeah, this could be easy blow. You know what I'm saying? By the way, my dreads, my hair is too fucking big for like, I'm wearing a wave cap. My hair's a lot shorter now then than it was now, and then I have a fucking headgear on that could barely hold my dreads, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm in that bitch. It's time for the match, nigga. Butterflies, my nigga. It's like my vision is blurred now. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like it is crazy. Like even talking, I can remember, I can remember just the feeling of just going to any wrestling match. Usually you go into a wrestling match, your adrenaline's pumping, you're wearing some fucking tights, you know what I'm saying? And you're just, it's like this is your fucking moment. So just any wrestling match, in this time exactly, this was different, my nigga. This was like, nigga, I did not want to be here. Like I said, I'm always down for like confrontation and all that shit, but this was a whole different fucking time, right? So I go over there, we put our foot on the line, we shake hands. I believe I try to like shake hands, and then, oh no, I did shake hands. I shake hands, hard ass grab. My nigga was not that serious. You know when like you meet your like girlfriend's dad and he tries to establish some shit? This nigga let me know. But I was on my P's and Q's too. So I'm squeezing that shit. But deep and down my face is like, fuck, I'm fucking done. Boom, this nigga foot on the line. The ref calls the whistle, right? Keep him, oh wait, hold on, wait. Let me go back. When I'm walking on the mat to go do my match, right? I'm looking at, by the way, real quick, coach just talked to me like, hey man, Poudii, just go in there, just be good, you know what I'm saying? Just do what I taught you, defend yourself, and just do what you know to do. My nigga, defend myself? Like, do you have fucking, like, nigga, do you have fucking hopes of me or what, my nigga? But like the way he was talking was like, pretty much, let me translate what he was saying to the real nigga. He was like, Poudii, you're gonna get your ass beat, but just don't get it beat, look like a bitch. Just look good. Alright, cool. Okay, so as I'm walking to the mat, right, I'm looking back. My teammates are all like, the coaches, my other coach, you knows fucking shit about wrestling. He's just like, he's kind of like, he has like a smirk on his face, right? My coach already knows what's up. His teammates are like, because when it's the good nigga on your team that you know is gonna beat every nigga, you just can't wait to just see that nigga. His teammates are like slick giggling. So I'm just like, alright, fuck. That's when my fucking confidence just shook. But anyway, we do our handshake. I'll tell you the situation that the fucking ref blows the whistle, right? In that bitch like this, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my motherfucking thing, right? I'm holding him off pretty good. He tries He tries to like double leg me. I like block it, right? Cool. Sweeps around. Fuck. 2 points. Takes me down. Not like a slam, but for niggas who know wrestling, y'all know the fuck going on. He swipes under my leg and then takes me down on my knees. Boom. Here's how I know this nigga's good. This nigga let me get up. I'm like, if you take somebody down, you gonna work and try to get your pin. Nah, this nigga wanted to put on a show today. This nigga lets me get up after he takes me down. That was the moment I was like, all right, fuck. Cool. Do a quick glance around, right? His teammates dying laughing like they know something's about to happen. And like his coach, his dad, is talking to him throughout the match. Do this, do that. All right, cool. We standing up, and I remember where I am now. I'm at the, like, we standing up, right? I'm doing my little thing. My teammates, I think I hear my I hear my teammates like giggling. My coach is yelling at me. All right, ready. So we get up. So now it's like, you know, it's like one-on-one niggas standing up now. Nigga, I get in form, my nigga. I blink. My eyes close and open. This nigga shoots down. I'm like not standing straight up. I'm like in my fucking form. This nigga shoots to me, right? Takes his fucking arm like this under my crotch, hand on my shoulder. My nigga, it was fucking Six Flags to this bitch. This nigga flipped my big ass over like that and slams my shit to the fucking ground, my nigga. I did not know, nigga, I've never felt like more of a bitch in my fucking life. This nigga picked me up as if I was like his little brother that he's like, you know what I'm saying? This nigga dove in, hand so far, his elbow crease was on my crotch. This nigga lifted my shit, my nigga. That nigga flipped me the fuck over, bro. And I remember that shit in slow motion. Like, nigga, imagine this, right? Boom, nigga. That's what that nigga did to me. I'm like, holy fuck. I just remember being on the ground. His teammates busted out laughing. I'm looking at my coach like, nigga, do you see this shit? Them niggas are giggling. My fucking teammates are rolling. They're on the chair fucking jumping. I'm like, nigga, who team are y'all on? Because to me, it looks like his team and my team are the same team. It looked like 50 niggas versus 1. So, nigga, I'm over there squirming. Nigga, you ever took a fish outside of the fucking bowl and let that shit just sit there? I've never done that. I ain't gonna lie. When I was a little kid on some fucking savage shit. Then I'm just squirming around. All you see is the fucking rough slithers in. Nigga, match is done, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie, all this shit happened in the first, nigga, this was an 8-second match. Y'all thought this shit was 5 minutes. Nigga, this shit happened in 8 seconds. Everything I just said, my nigga. Fuck, I felt like a bitch that night. Nigga, I walk up, I had to shake cause you shake the coach's hand. Nigga, the coach looking at me like, yeah, nigga, what the fuck going on? His teammates dying laughing, nigga. I just walk ashamed back to my fucking seat, my nigga. Holy shit. My coach come out to me and was like, good match. I'm like, nigga, you wasn't even on my fucking team, my nigga. My niggas in that fucking chair still fucking dying. I'm walking back to my shit. Them niggas all fucking busting laughing, nigga. I just went for a Six Flags fucking ride in the middle of a fucking high school fucking fuck, I can't even talk. Middle of a fucking high school gym, my nigga. That shit was insane, bro. That was the time I got my ass beat by state champ, man. That was definitely a crazy experience, man. The ride going back home, just know the buses, just know jokes was on. The whole time, jokes was on, man. That was one of the craziest shit. If I could remember his name, I wish I could. I think it starts with a D. Y'all could probably, like, for the people who wrestle, he went to Kennesaw Mountain High School. He was he was a state champ. His dad was a coach. Craziest shit I fucking ever experienced. Right now, nigga, this nigga probably in the fucking Olympics for how fucking much he flipped my ass. That was a crazy ass experience, y'all. If y'all want to see more story times, let me know, man. This is my first one. I have hella stories from high school, whether it's, or just in general, I have hella stories, like hella wrestling stories. I did cross country in high school as well. Man, I just have a lot of stories, but this, I had to tell y'all this one. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Give me a thumbs up. And yeah, my first story time. Everybody, like this video right now for me. If you made it to end, like this video right now. Appreciate it. And yeah, I'll catch us on another video, man. Yeah, Poudii.